Was this a shock on the 1 to 10 scale? Was this a shock that Jonathan Gannon gets the boot?
I feel like it was kind of a coin toss going into today. Now the record itself, the record will tell you, okay, he deserves to be fired. 3-14. They didn't win a lot of games. But the fact that they were decimated by injuries all year, you lose Kyler Murray early in the season, you lose James Conner, who is really the heart and soul of the team, really early on. They still played hard, but then when you look at the last 9 games, and they were giving up 40 points regularly.
Right.
And they played hard, but they just didn't have enough talent. And so the guys didn't quit, but at the end of the day, the NFL it's a results-driven business. And if you're only winning 3 games, and the other 3 teams in your division finish 9 games ahead of you, the gap there is so substantial. And this was the season, year 3, where it was supposed to be the year where they either finish above 500 and maybe make a wild card, or at least finish around 500, and that didn't happen. So, I mean,
you're a little more settled in that third year.
Yes.
So you're hoping for some change.
And you've had your chance to kind of have your pick of the litter of players and roster, especially with Monty Ossenfort, the GM, coming at the same time. And they went really heavy on defense last year in the draft and free agency, which is what he is. He's a defensive-minded coach. And to give up points like that when you're supposed to be a defensive guy, it just doesn't look good. And you know, now after 3 years, they move on, and now you're paying him and Cliff Kingsbury. So,
wow.
Yeah, so that's kind of a tough hit for the Cardinals.
Hey, you know, we just saw some highlights of Kyler Murray here, and there are rumors out there that they might try to make some sort of a trade deal. What do you know?
Well, here's the thing. He's still making a lot of money. And I think the NFL, the word is out on what he is. He's an undersized quarterback, super athletic. I think if you get him in the right system, he may leave here and be a Pro Bowl player, and you're just like, man, we had him, but we just didn't have the right fit.
Kind of a Max Scherzer situation all over again.
Exactly. But I think if you're an executive in the league, you can't make a trade with the Cardinals because they're going to have to cut him. They're going to have to, because if they're not going to pay him, and they don't like him at quarterback, obviously, because they didn't bring him back from injured reserve when he was able to play. They just kind of iced him out the rest of the year. Then if he gets released, now if you're a team, you can go, oh, we'll just get him, and we don't have to pay him that money. Or if you make a trade and you're the Cardinals, you say, look, we'll take a 5th-round pick, which is really nothing, and we'll pay some of the salary. That could happen if the right team comes calling, maybe like a Minnesota or Miami or somebody like that. But, I mean, I think it's going to be tough to move him, but we have until March. We'll see.
I was going to say, when do you think we'll hear anything?
Yeah, probably between now and March. But probably not something right away. I think the first order of business, now you got to find a coach. And maybe you bring in a coach who says, you know what? No, I do like him. I can make it work.
It hasn't been working. They go for the assistant coaches, you were saying. It's just not working. So who's out there who would be maybe a little bigger name?
I don't know. They had so many. They always call this Black Monday, the Monday after the season's over. And, you know, see Kevin Stefanski got fired in Cleveland. He's a 2-time coach of the year. And I think you need to get some, I joke, maybe somebody over the age of 40, because they've gone the assistant coach route before of the up and coming. And really the only time it worked out was with Bruce Arians. But Bruce Arians was in his 60s, and he was a well-known, established coordinator throughout the league. And that's the year they had a good run in the NFC Championship. The Ken Wisenhunt years were good. They went and made that magical run to the Super Bowl. But, I mean, a Mike McCarthy, somebody like that, I mean, that's just a name. But, again, are you going to hire a name and just hope that works out? Or are you going to hire somebody that can take the pieces that you have here that are really beaten up and turn it into something? But the turnaround is not going to be quick. And
you were telling us you were looking into the coaches and keeping track on your list.
Well, I was joking with Ron before we got on. Like, I've been here and I've been in the sports office since the year 2000, and that's when Dave McGinnis was the coach for the Cardinals fans out there way back. And, you know, he was an assistant coach that got promoted. Denny Green was the coach after that. He was, you know, the established coach with Minnesota, but he only went 16-32. He couldn't win here. And then you went Ken Wisenhunt, had that magical run to the Super Bowl. Bruce Arians came in, did well. Then you went with Steve Wilkes. Steve Wilkes lasted 1 year, 3-13. So that was what we were talking about. Richard and I were talking about in the office last night. Okay, Wilkes went 3-13. They fired him after 1 year. If Gannon goes 3-14, how do you not fire him?
Okay.
So now that they've added an extra game, and he's lost an extra game. So the thing there was like, okay, you got to fire him.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. You gave us the timeline. Looks like maybe over the next, I don't know, probably couple of months. We'll see who.
It'll take time for sure. A, with
Kyler, and then B, who's your new coach. The new coach thing should come within a week, would you say, or 2?
No, the new coach will take some time.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be up to a month.
Okay. Mark?
Mark, thank you.
You got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
We were just saying we got to talk more
Ron
sports.
Hoon, are you?
Well,
you're not really available. I don't know. We'd have to work out some sort of
I limit myself to youth football.